Welcome to Ultimate General Civil War on Legendary difficulty. And I'm using the mod, the UI mod 1.8, and I'm absolutely loving the mod. I cannot recommend it enough. The settings are just excellent, and it fixes a lot of the problems with the vanilla game. These are the 4 units I'm bringing in. So 3 of them have Mississippis. With Hi Bob, Warbob pointed out that you have to keep your skirmishers with the parent unit to use the tactics that I'm going to use in this battle. So each unit has to be identified uniquely, so you can keep the detached skirmishers near the parent. So it says 30,000 to 18,000, which sounds like an easy victory to me. And I was really excited for this battle, and the reason was the Battle of Maneuver. And I wanted to see if I could duplicate it. I watched Hi Bob do it, and I thought, well, that looks like a great deal of fun. And it was even more fun to do than it is to watch. And I highly recommend doing this. My thought is, as usual, how does this apply to the Union campaign? I cannot wait to play the Union campaign and try to duplicate what I'm about to do here when playing the Union. So there have to be opportunities to do this sort of thing with the Union and in the Union campaign, and I am really looking forward to testing that. So we need a couple of detached skirmishers, and pretty much I think I'm doing almost exactly what Warbob did here. And I could not be more pleased with the result. There was some doubt in my mind that it would work, that maybe it was, just something that worked sometimes, or, I would do it and the AI would do something and it would go wrong. Also, the melee. I wanted to start getting into melee more, beginning with this battle. And as you're about to see, we do get into melee quite a bit. And, yeah, one of the big surprises for me when doing this was I expected, if the attack on the right went well, that the left and center of the Confederate line would hold, and it would get shot up, and then my 4 units would come to the rescue of the rest of the army, and we'd win the battle and wipe out the enemy. Did not happen that way at all. With using detached skirmishers in this new way, my center and left, totally on their own, crushed the rest of the Union Army. I did not need these units that you see right now to bail out the rest of the Confederate line. They did perfectly fine without them. My units barely got there in time to watch the defeat of the Union Army in the center and left. And I had 5 Confederate units that came on the board at the end, that you get 4 or 5 units at the very end of the battle, are your last reinforcements. Usually I desperately need those guys in this battle. Well, usually I've only played this battle twice as the South. I've played it 50 to 100 times as the North, but only twice as the South, and this is the second one. But I've watched other people play it, and usually those units are really desperately needed. No, those units got there right at the end of the battle, and yeah, they pitched in, but they were nice to have. They pitched in. But by the time they got there, well, you'll see. So the enemy units are over 2,000. My units are 1,500, but he has 3 infantry and 2 artillery. So in this battle, everybody has stamina because there's going to be a lot of maneuvering, a lot of this sort of thing where we get in position and then attack from all sides. There are 2 batches of Union troops that come in, and this is the first batch, and we need to destroy them before the second batch comes in, and that's the goal. And then we're going to destroy the second batch that comes in. And then we begin a long maneuver around the enemy position. So this could possibly go badly if this guy gets across the bridge, but I'm thinking, well, if he does, that's the way the battle just goes, and you have to deal with it. So we'll have to then kill these guys and then run that guy down on the other side of the bridge. But nope, he backs up across the bridge when he takes a couple shots. So I think we were lucky there. Okay, I have one artillery unit that's escaping to the north, so I send 2 detached skirmishers that way. I really could have used them in the battle that's further south. So I have a couple of infantry now without any detached skirmishers, just fighting kind of toe-to-toe in the open against one of his units. We're going to win that because it's 3-on-1, but he's going to do some damage to my units. So I'm shifting the 1 detached skirmisher I have right to his flank. Hopefully that makes him rout. Need the 2 detached skirmishers to the north to kill that artillery unit and get back into the fight. So, and I'm still hoping the guy on the bridge does not rout to the north. So 1 unit is down, and now I have flank shots on this guy. So while this guy is going to get some shots on me, he's going to rout. I mean, he's taking shots from all sides. Yep, and there he goes. So now all 3 of his infantry are routing. His artillery did not get away. He just died. And now it's fire into these guys as fast as we can with everybody we have to keep them routing. And then, now I'm kind of new at this melee business. I have to decide when to melee. And this can still go all kinds of horribly wrong. Like, I can get into melee and they just fight and fight and fight, and you know how it goes. So before I go into melee, I want to make sure these guys are really and truly broken. There's a in the UI mod, there's a new kind of logic and a new surrender calculation, but this can still go all kinds of wrong. So I want to shoot them down to probably under 1,000. And what I learn in the next couple of battles is these guys will surrender at 1,800 if they've taken enough shots. Their morale is more broken if there's not a commander, if there's not an officer there. That's much better. And if they're taking artillery, their morale seems to be really, really degraded. So yeah, we've now shot these guys up with a lot of volleys, but I'm really leery about taking a lot of losses on my troops because we have to fight another battle after this one. I don't want my guys to be exhausted. So I'm being a little bit cautious, as you can see. So I'm checking to see that all the units can fire. And I'm bringing one of the detached skirmishers in between 2 units because I think it'll be able to fire if I put it on hold. And particularly these detached skirmishers really need to be on, well, everybody needs to be on hold. And yeah, trying to pick on specific units. And yeah, I got the notification that the reinforcements were coming in. The reinforcements are coming in. And I need to make sure they don't go to some forward position. They need to take up a good defensive position. Yeah, like everybody does. Yeah, these are Mississippis, and one of these units has 42s. I'm thinking I could get closer to these guys. Yeah, and I just saw that the Union Cavalry came in, so I'm detaching 1 detached skirmisher to kind of cover my flank. I don't want him coming in and taking cheap shots. Yeah, I need to make sure these guys go to the right place and not to the flag. And one of these units that's coming in, I need them to be like a 5th infantry over on the right. I'm going to want his help for a little bit. Okay, these guys are down to 1,200 and 1,000. Now, one of the units is under 1,000, and looking at it now, I know that I'd be fine to charge right this minute. So, but I'm still new to this, so I'm not sure. I'm a little bit afraid the 1,200 won't surrender, but the number of shots they've taken, they both would have collapsed. I know that now. So, yeah, I could charge. Should have charged when they were like 900 and 1,200. I think that they would have folded instantly. So, I'm actually giving orders to fire some more. Yeah, these, as I'm watching this, these units are more fragile than I thought they were at the time. So yeah, their numbers are really down now, and if I don't attack right away, I'm not going to get any surrenders. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to leave detached skirmishers behind, and that will decrease the chance that they will rout out of the pocket. First one surrendered, and now the second one is done. The only thing I would probably do differently is put these guys on hold fire, so they don't fire into each other and do collateral damage. It's not that much, but, you know, it's something. So we got 2 captures, and that's the beginning. Those guys folded right away, and that worked out just perfectly. Now we need to get ready for the next batch of Union troops and capture them too. Thanks.